Good morning. It's the 2nd of December, Wednesday, the 2nd of December, second day of the month, and yesterday, all of the, not all, but euro dollar and euro yen broke out of their levels yesterday, 120 and 125. I'm just going to show you what I did on the hour one breakout system yesterday. It was an okay day. I think we made just a little over 2 after commissions. I'm going to talk you through the trades and how I traded these breakouts. Let's start with the euro, as always. Bear with me. Need my pen. Yeah, so starting with the euro, this was quite a advanced trade that I was talking about the other day. The first breakout of this signal actually came at 7 a.m. This is the 8 a.m. candle, and this is when I started trading. And this was a pretty tight range that it broke out from. The overnight range was really tight. It was like 5 pips. So it was good risk to reward this trade, and unfortunately, it was just a little too early for us. But then the market came back and tested this previous resistance of the overnight range, which then turned support and put in a great pin bar. At the same time as this candle close, we had a new signal to go long here. So my thinking for these advanced trades is you can wait for the market to reach this level before entering. Although after this pin bar here, which is one of the most obvious signs of like a reversal, or in this case the bulls completely overrun the bears. The bulls overrun the bears. Sorry, it's a bit early in the morning. I can't get my words out, and it's worth a shot. So I entered a little bit over this candle. Really, you should have entered immediately after this candle closed, but after this kind of small candle here, I thought the bears had their chance to kind of push downwards, and also this 120 is a bit of a magnet then for the bulls to try and test again, because they didn't manage it the first time around. And there's also the high of yesterday, which could also act as a magnet. And there was another reason for this. I'll show you when we get to euro against the yen. That it was kind of sideways, and I was also in that trade. So because that was going nowhere, I thought this had a better chance, and maybe that would lift the euro yen up as well. So my stop would have been below this pin bar, and my target was this high, which was a little bit less than 1R, something like 0.8R. But I was happy to take it at resistance here. In fact, the big move came after it, but that's okay. If you would have waited for this, if you were to wait for this signal, your stop would have been underneath here. You would have had to hold it after this test of 120 found some resistance, and you might have even got a break even. So although I managed to get 0.8R, the true breakout could have been a break even. And I'm trying to get a stage where I'm able to enter this one. As soon as that gets to half hour, it becomes a risk-free trade because the stop is a break even, and also you can enter again. So it could have been a double win, or I was just happy to come away with a little less than 1 hour. Onto the pounds, there was nothing yesterday, as you could see. This is where we start trading, and this is where we stop. There was also news yesterday. There was Powell was testifying, so I would kind of like to stay out of these big events. Usually I just get chopped around, so from my experience, it's just better to stay out. As you can see, the breakout came overnight, and we didn't get a break lower, luckily, because that could have been a loss. So nothing on the pound. Dollar yen. This might look like a little bit of BS, but I'll try and explain my thinkings here. I avoided this trade on this short here, just because although it's a false break higher, I think once you get bars like this and then this big exhaustion bar, I would prefer to wait and see what happens. Here's a support area, so it did break out. It's hard to explain. This should have been a loss, I imagine, but it was just one I didn't feel comfortable taking, so I avoided it. And what I would rather see is some reaction to this level, maybe a retracement higher, kind of like we did get here, and then place an order down here. So if we go again, the bigger breakout comes. Now, it's hard to explain why. I guess I've been caught a million times on these kind of trades, especially with UY. It's only 25 pips, so it's not close to the daily range for UY, but I just didn't really like the price action there, so I managed to avoid that one. And you're going to think I'm really BSing now because bullshitting. Can I just say bullshitting? This is my entry, and this is my stop. The target would have been a little bit further above, actually. So risk in 16. Yeah, this line here would have been my target. But on this candle was when Powell was going to start his testimony. So I was happy just to get out somewhere around half hour. In fact, I moved my stop there just in case. And I just ended up taking it and closing out my positions for the day. So I managed to gain around about 0.6 or 7 on this trade, which was pretty lucky. I managed to get it at the top. This was unlucky then. If you've been watching the analysis videos on the daily chart, this 125 area is the neckline of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I've been on and on about it when it's going to break, and I didn't manage to get a single piece of it. As you can see, the range is pretty perfect. Stop would go below the range, behind the range. The reason why I got out of this trade is because the euro looked a little bit more appealing to me. Although we had this high of yesterday to try and test, we were a few pips away from this huge resistance level of 125, and after probably 3.5 hours of not going anywhere, I decided to take it off, and euro looked a higher probability. So if it was going to go, I would at least get the euro. And we, in fact, on this candle, we tested 125 once, and once I seen that test, I moved the stop to break even and was taken out. And I think it it went well. Let's have a look. If I go onto a 15-minute chart, yeah, you can see here that I was in for all this, and we had the test here, came back, and then it went higher. That was the type of breakout I was looking for, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be on this trade. If I would have held for about 15 minutes longer, I would have got it. But I got euro, so not too disappointed. But if it happened a little bit earlier, I would have got them both. GY, we had this short here straight after the open. It was the same time as the yen, really. So this false this kind of false breakout of the overnight highs, big reaction. I entered. We got to a little over half hour, which is when I moved the stop to break even, got taken out, and then the market went without me. It's just how it is sometimes. If we would have had a bit more of the previous support to break, that formed a solid area for the market to come back, I would have risked a little more, but I probably would have been taken on that one. So you win some, you lose some on this one. The market went without me. It's quite frustrating to watch, but there was a nice reaction off the big round number 139 and a push higher then for the rest of the session. EA, it's more frustration. First trade was really good. Stop might have been below this low here, or if you're really conservative, put it below this low. After I see like one attempt to go down, this has put in a higher low, and also there was some reaction here. Before the open, I was happy to be a little bit more aggressive and place my stop behind the second low, and there was not much fuss. Went straight to target pretty much. There's also this big round number 163 that I thought could act as a magnet, and it did, and we managed to get 1R there. Now the second trade was a little bit more more difficult to find a good place to enter, because entering here, we were going to enter right on this psychological level. So I wanted to give it a bit of breathing space. And then also Powell was testifying, and I make this mistake pretty often. It's something I need to work on, that because I've been chopped around so much on these big news events, although it's not really an interest rate decision or a press conference or something like that, Powell could say something. So I'd rather just stay out, even though theoretically it's only US dollar, that it should really have an effect. Would he have an effect on Euro Aussie? Probably not. But I was a few hour out for the day. I was happy to close out my positions and walk away. And in fact, I closed it just before this rocketed higher. So a bit of a mistake there for me. It goes down as the journal as a win, and I also make a note of what happened, and then in the monthly review, I can see where I went wrong and see how many R's I would have missed, and see if there's any mistakes I continue to make. And this was one of them. Right, CAD. I tried to take this long here on a break of this, and possibly a V-shaped recovery to go and test where it started selling off overnight yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Sorry. There's also this psychological level 130, and we had a big rejection of this 2950 level yesterday, which we hit there. So I expected the market, it was a good opportunity for the market to go higher. We didn't. In fact, we just traded sideways for 1, 2, 3 hours. There was Canadian news at 1:30. So I got off about 10 minutes. I took the trade off about 10 minutes before that, just in case it had a bit of effect, and it was the right decision at the end of the day, because we started selling off, and in fact we're testing the lows of Monday at the moment. So this is quite an interesting level to be at. For the CAD, Aussie dollar, this was a loss for me, the only loss of the day, I believe. It was just London Open. This is the signal, room to go and test, but we just got it took me and stopped out straight away. And in fact, it whipsawed around for that hour before making a decision. I didn't take this short because of these lows here. I think I had my order on a little bit below to wait for them to clear that low, so got saved there. And this is after 4 o'clock. So yeah, not trading that. Gold, well, gold just broke out overnight and didn't look back. Here's the London Open candle. As you can see, we didn't get a signal until later on in the evening, and this might be a trade this morning, a breakout of yesterday's high. Looks like a play. So let's see if the market will wait another 5 minutes. And then FTSE, in yesterday's morning analysis, I said that this could be a false breakout on the daily bar. This was the range, and it looked like it was closing back inside. Is that right? Yeah. This is the low end of the range, and it looked like it was it looked like it was going to be a false breakout, and after this one as well. So let me clean this up a bit. This is the tight range overnight. This is a clear false breakout. I was happy to put my order on here, stop here, and we've got to 1 hour without too much fuss. And then the market just traded sideways for the rest of the day. And this looks like a similar pattern to yesterday, although it took this was immediate. This has taken a few hours to play out. So let's see what happens here. But if the market continues higher, I'll be putting on an order around here, or maybe waiting for this high to be broken. But let's see what happens. Anyway, hope you understood that. Hope it makes sense to you. If you're interested in knowing more, you can get in touch with us. But if you enjoy these videos, just let us know about it. That would be really good. Anyway, thanks, and I'll be doing the daily analysis soon.